In the bear market, there is a maximum fear where the bears become euphoric. So you have a maximum euphoria of the bears. When FTX happened, everyone who was in a short or everyone who hated Bitcoin, they were super euphoric and they were like, yes, yeah, Bitcoin's going to zero, Bitcoin's going to 5K, 1K. That euphoria among the bears marked the bottom, in my opinion.
Carl, are you confident enough to say that Bitcoin won't go any lower? And if it does, you'll eat your shoe on stream? Carl the Moon, Forbes 30 under 30, back on Altcoin Daily. Carl, great to have you back in today's video. I look forward to talking to you about the price of Bitcoin, your outlook on Bitcoin, and fundamentally what is going on in the cryptocurrency space. Carl, great to have you on today.
I want to make it very simple. If you look at this chart here, you can clearly see that in the previous cycles, we've seen a very, very similar market structure where we have a bear market support, this red support in the bear market. And then when we break this support back here in 2014-15, that was when Bitcoin capitulated into the bottom where this green line is. And this green line was, of course, the optimal time to buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was down at $200. And then another bull cycle, 3-year bull cycle. And you can see that in the previous bear market here that I was in, and I know that you also survived this bear market. Again, we saw a bear market support holding up, and then we capitulated eventually into the optimal buying zone, essentially the bottom of the bear market back in 2019. And I believe that a very, very similar structure has been obvious in this cycle where we had a bear market support. We capitulated below this red line. And now we are in what I am 100% sure, or let's say 99 to leave a little bit of doubt open here. But I am very confident that we have seen the bottom already. The only thing, in my opinion, that could change this and that would go lower would be some very, very bad news, a black swan event, something we couldn't have really, done anything about. Let's say USDT is deemed illegal by US authorities, or let's say USDT is a security, BNB is a security. Like these kind of things would actually throw everything off the table. But if we disregard those scenarios, then I believe we definitely saw the bottom already. Look at this, like it's so obvious. And the Bitcoin halving is coming up very, very soon. It's just 1 year from now, approximately. And I think that the Bitcoin halving is the reason why we see these cycles. So I see so many reasons for Bitcoin to go up from here. I mean, we can also talk about the macroeconomics, of course. That's a whole nother topic. But I think that the uncertainty we're seeing around the world just gives even more value to Bitcoin. People don't know where to store their wealth, where to flee their country with their money. Bitcoin solved so many problems for many people in specific countries right now. Maybe not in your country exactly right now, but in dozens and dozens of countries around the world. Currently, people are absolutely fleeing to Bitcoin as their safe haven because they have no other choice. And I believe we're going to see more and more of that. So yeah, I'm very, very bullish for the next 3 years now.
Still bullish on Bitcoin, as you said, depending on what country you're from, it could have different use cases for you, whether you like its unconfiscatability, if you store it properly, whether you like its permissionlessness, whether you like its undebasability, things like that, right?
Exactly. So, for example, the Bitcoin inflation rate after the next halving will be lower than the inflation rate of gold, which is absolutely incredible. This means that the Bitcoin price could very well go up and match that of gold. So the Bitcoin market cap is, I think, lower than 1 trillion currently. And the gold market cap is approximately, I believe, 11 trillion. Don't quote me on the exact numbers, but approximately a ratio of 1 to 10. And this means that in the next Bitcoin cycle, I believe that we're quite likely to see Bitcoin go up and match the market cap of gold. And logically, that means that from where we are right now, Bitcoin could go up approximately 10 times in the next 4 or 5 years here in the next cycle. And this is basically just going back to the fundamentals of monetary policy. You have supply and demand, you have interest rates, stock to flow ratio, all of these things are essential to pricing an asset. So the reason why gold is very valuable is because it has very low inflation rate and a predictable inflation rate. With Bitcoin, you have a perfect predictability, never before seen, by the way. It's only in a digital world where you can see something like that. But even better, the inflation rate is actually going to be lower than gold next halving. So honestly, I'm super excited about that, and I think that that narrative is going to take a very, very big part in the mainstream media. I hope next year. Obviously, we're talking like 1 year in the future here, but I think that that means now is the time. Like I showed you the chart, right? The green buying area in the cycles are usually the perfect time to accumulate Bitcoin. So yeah, the halving I think is the big thing coming up.
So it's so popular to be bearish these days. Many people calling for lower prices in Bitcoin, getting a lot of engagement with lower prices in Bitcoin. But you're here to say, Carl, except for some black swan event, you're bullish on Bitcoin and you think we've bottomed.
Yeah, 100%. I really think so because it is I what else can pull Bitcoin down right now? We've seen the worst. FTX was like the final nail in the coffin. That was really a big hit on the market, and that came after Celsius and Luna and all of these things. They came one by one as a domino. I believe that the only way we can go lower is to have very, very bad news out there, and I think that everyone who wanted to sell, they already sold. When FTX happened in the following months there, anyone who were thinking about selling, I'm pretty sure they already did. So who is possibly going to sell Bitcoin at this stage? I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm not selling more. I'm sure you're not selling. People watching this video, I'm sure, are not selling now, unless they probably sold already if they wanted to sell. And I think that that's usually the case with these bull cycles. You have a maximum euphoria, and then you have a maximum fear. And the funny thing is that it works the same. So in the bear market, there is a maximum fear where the bears become euphoric. So you have a maximum euphoria of the bears. When FTX happened, everyone who was in a short or everyone who hated Bitcoin, they were super euphoric and they were like, yes, yeah, Bitcoin's going to 0, Bitcoin's going to 5K, 1K. That euphoria among the bears marked the bottom, in my opinion.
Carl, are you confident enough to say that Bitcoin won't go any lower? And if it does, you'll eat your shoe on stream.
Should I eat this shoe?
Yes, dude. Yes. The more expensive, the better.
It's a lot of spikes, as you can see. I think I will feel really bad after I do that, so I'm not sure. Maybe next video we can come up with some kind of bet. That could be fun.
Okay. I might still use it as a title, guys, but we'll see. You can roast me in the comments now. All right, Carl. By the way, guys, I'm going to do a video on Carl's channel too, going over the daily doings and news cryptocurrency. So check out that. Subscribe to Carl, linked down below. Carl, appreciate you coming on, giving us the macro outlook on Bitcoin, reminding us the halving is on the way. Personally, I'm long-term bullish too, but I never thought back, several months ago, Bitcoin would ever get below 20K. So anything could happen. And I guess also in the same spirit as anything could happen, recently in the past couple months, we've seen Bitcoin, NFT, Ordinal, inscriptions, whatever you want to call them, kind of a new thing where you can put NFTs native on the Bitcoin blockchain. And the only reason I bring that up is because, for the past year before that, I feel like a big conversation in Bitcoin communities is, oh, Bitcoin's not developing a fee market to keep its, hash power high in the coming years. What's going to happen? Bitcoin, it doesn't have this fee market which would secure the Bitcoin blockchain. Well, now with Bitcoin ordinals, that's taking up block space if there is a lack of demand. And now, seemingly, as long as those keep going, Bitcoin fee marketplace is never going to get past a certain threshold below. But, exciting times to be in the cryptocurrency space. Carl, give us your final thoughts for the Altcoin Daily audience.
I think it's very, very important that people take advantage of the bear market, because people think the bull market is the time to make money, but it is the bear market when you find the opportunities, where you can invest in great projects, when you can buy cheap coins that were maybe extremely overvalued in the bull market, but now they're extremely undervalued potentially. Look, if you go to CoinMarketCap, you will see hundreds of tokens and coins that are down 99%, 99 to 97%. Some of them are never going to go back up, but some of them are fundamentally undervalued with huge cash flow, with big cash reserves. And I believe that those discounts are very juicy, and take advantage. That's what I would do. That's what I am doing, actually.
That's what I'm doing. Thank you very much, Carl. See you on your channel.